About a year ago, around the Siyam Shas, Rav Shlita was in Chicago, and I was lucky enough to spend a couple minutes with him. I got to schmooze with him, I got to ask him a couple questions, and at the end of the conversation, I asked one last question. I said, Rabbi, is it an okay thing to do? Can I daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to stay up a little bit later? I said, if I had, another hour or two to be learning, I could accomplish so much more. I could learn so much more Torah, and I could become a bigger Talmud Chacham. Is that an okay thing to daven for, to stay up later? And he laughed. He said, you can daven, but those tefillos won't be niskabel. And at first I was like, what? But I realized he was teaching me of an important lesson. Sometimes we say to Hashem, if only I had an extra hour in the day, I would learn so much more. If I made a little bit more money, I'd be so much happier. If only this, if only that. And we always say, if circumstances were different, I'd be so much better. And he was saying, no, we have to be able to look within. We have to be able to say, am I being honest? Am I doing everything that I can be doing, that I need to be doing, to see the results that I want? In this week's parsha, towards the very beginning in Pasuk Zayin, in Parak Aleph, the Torah tells us, V'nasu b'nei Aharon HaKohen, Eish al HaMizbech, that the Kohanim put a fire on the Mizbech themselves. What's that Pasuk teaching us? Rashi says that even though there was a fire that was Yoredis min HaShamayim, a fire came down from Shamayim that consumed the karbanos, Afal Pikein, Mitzvah Lahavi min HaHedyot. The Kohanim had to bring their own fire, they had to light their own fire, says the Sfas Emes. So often we're waiting for that Isarusa Dila Ela, we're waiting for that Siyata Dishmaya, we're looking for that chizuk, the inspiration, the motivation, the encouragement from beyond ourselves, outside of ourselves. But says the Sfas Emes, no, Mitzvah Lahavi min HaHedyot, they had to light their own fire. We have to create that Isarusa Dilatata, we have to be mechazek ourselves, we have to motivate ourselves, we have to encourage ourselves. We have to make sure we are the ones doing everything we have to be doing, everything that we ought to be doing, in order to be the recipients of that siyata dishmaya. And when we do, we put in that effort, we put in that amelis, that ishtalus, we create that isarus dilatata, then for sure, we'll be zocha, to be makabel, will receive that siyata dishmaya, the isarusa dilaila.